Hi and welcome to my office. Today's subject is all about photographing small birds nesting. So we're going to have a look at how to find them, then once we found them, how to get them to accept you to a fair degree so that we can be at a reasonable distance up close, and also what type of shots am I after with small birds. Alright, so behind me, just there, is a superb blue wren's nest. It's 5 metres away. So I knew that they were in this area because I've seen them in here for about 3 years now. Because across the creek, about 10 metres away, I used to photograph and film the Agile antechinus, a small carnivorous marsupial. That's my passion. So I'd put some oats soaked in honey out to draw out the Agile, and these guys used to come over and visit me because they're quite partial to oats and honey. So they know me to a fair degree, so I'll be able to get them to accept me fairly quickly. So I knew that they were in this area, and I thought this year that I would come and have a look and see if I could film them if they were back and have a nest, and they are. So I've come up 4 days ago, and there they were in a shrub not far away from the nest, and their body language and their calls alerted me straight away that they already had a nest built. Because I've observed blue wrens before, I know what to watch out for. I know how to read them. I know how to listen to what they're telling me. So I just stood there for a while and I observed, and they were telling me that I was too close to the nest. So I knew it was right near me somewhere because of their calls, but also they were doing a circle around me, and every now and then they were veering off, trying to lure me away from the nest. So I knew it was close by, within that circle, so I backed off and I let them show me exactly where it was. Instead of rustling through the grasses, as you can see, that's what it's stuck in. They fixed it to grass. You could quite easily stand on it without even knowing it was there. So I backed off, let them tell me where it was, so I didn't disturb it. Then I looked at the situation. Where's the best spot for me to come and film them? Can I get a look in at the entrance to the nest without disturbing anything? It's the best position I've had in years for superb blue wrens. All I've simply done is 1 metre away from them was cut a little bit of grass down. The entrance, the nest was already clear, as you can see. So it's only that little bit of grass in the front there that I've taken down. And when I leave, I put a whole heap of, a big handful of old dead bracken in front of it just to block it off. I also took a little bit of these dead ferns that were here, the bracken, sorry. I just broke them off so that I could sit 5 metres away, giving them some breathing space so that they would get used to me being here. So that's the next point is, being respectful. I'm not taking away much, and I'm replacing when I'm leaving so that they can go about their business in private. So I just made a little spot for me to sit down. It's nice and clear without disturbing much. Now it's time to get them to accept me. The first day, no cameras or anything, not even the video camera. I'm not taking photographs. I simply want them to get used to me coming here. So I've sat down 5 metres away and I watched and I waited. I stayed for 10 minutes. I observed their behaviour, the female, because there's eggs in the nest and it's a female that'll sit on them. So I waited and I watched and observed what she was doing. Now, after a few minutes, she started coming down to the nest, which is a great sign. If they're not happy about you being there, they will not go much closer than 2 metres away from the nest. But she was coming right up to it. And after 5 minutes, she was coming up and having a look inside the nest itself. So I know I'm on track. I know that 5 metres away is perfect distance She's just get used to me being there for a while. So I stayed for 10 minutes and then I left. Come back the next day, put the video camera with me so that I could show you her behaviour. So she's coming regularly back after I've sat here for a minute. She's coming right up to the nest, she's having a look inside, and then she's flying off, and then she's coming back again within a few seconds. Then eventually after 2 minutes, she's going inside the nest, sitting on the eggs, then hopping off again, and then flying off, coming back within a few seconds, and doing that for a few minutes, and then she stayed in the nest, which was more than what I thought would happen. So after 10 minutes, I left them alone, be respectful. Third day, came back, set up my video camera. I'm not taking photographs for quite some time, not until the eggs have actually hatched. So I put my mic up close to her so that I can record her wings when she's flying off and her calls as well. Getting her used to the microphone being up close. Now I have to put a bit of material over it, which is to help camouflage, because my microphone is very bright, as you can see. So it would upset her pretty quickly and she'd get frightened of it. So I wrapped it up so that it was a bit more indiscreet. She came and had a look at it and worked out that it was not alive and it wasn't anything to worry about. So after a couple of minutes she was quite happy with it being there, and I started filming, and same thing again, she's going in the nest and she's staying in there. So I'm building her up, and this is what I've got to keep doing, stay here a little bit longer each time I come now. This is the 4th day. So I'm with me speaking, and I've only just turned up, so I haven't actually got her to settle down much at the minute. She's just hanging around. You'll probably see her come up every now and then behind me. I won't be able to because I can't see the monitor very well. But she'll be nervous because I'm talking, I'm making a noise. But she'll get used to that and she'll start coming in. And once the chicks have hatched, then I'll probably start taking some photographs. So what am I after with a small bird? Well, most small birds, especially these guys, it's not very flattering when they've got their wings out. They're very small and it just doesn't look as nice as what you get from a big bird. So I don't really bother even trying. I have done a fair bit in the past and I realised it's just not worth it. They just don't look any good. So what I'm looking for is when they're on a branch and they're about to take off, because they always lean forward, gives you a bit of action, a bit of drama without actually trying to catch them with their wings out. But if they're coming at you as they land on a branch with their wings out, that can look fantastic. Just haven't been able to do it with these guys because that's just not the way they operate. So I'm looking more of the tender moments as well with the parents. I see it so many times and I just haven't got a shot of it because there's always twigs and stuff in the way, or they're just too far away from me. They have a lot of tender moments. They come up together, snuggle up tight together. Mum will groom the male and vice versa. They look fantastic, and you can get a few of them actually in the off season doing that. They're all 5 or so together, and it just looks fantastic. But again, there's always twigs in the way, so I'm hoping for something like that. But what I really like is mum feeding the chicks. I haven't been able to get any of these guys because over the years the nests very rarely get to that stage. They're usually taken by foxes as soon as they hatch, or the agile antechinus, my passion, usually takes them as well, or the predator birds, the currawongs and that, come and eat the chicks as well. So that's what I'm after. I want mum and dad feeding the chicks. Hopefully they on a slight angle, and the chick has its head right out the nest, and I can get them on the same focus plane, would be great. But also maybe even a chick coming out of the nest as well. There was one the other day I happened to come across while I'm trying to get my camera out the bag. It flew off and it was in a perfect pose. Perfect pose. It looked fantastic. Tiny little chick up on a branch. It looked awesome. But I was trying to get the camera out of the bag. It flew off. So I'm hoping I can get something here. This will take a lot of dedication once we come up to that stage with the chicks, get to the point of where they're about to leave the nest. So that's what I'm looking for. This is how I'm going about trying to get them to accept me. And here she comes now. You've probably already seen her. She's probably had a few attempts at coming in. So I'll speak quietly and I'll finish up here. So if you'd like to subscribe, click on the subscription button down below and you'll get notification whenever I do anything else. And if you'd like to go and have a look at my channel, I talk about all things photography, birds in flight, flash photography in a forest environment, all types of things like that, camera accessories. You know, there must be something there of interest to you. There's over 70 videos, so go and have a browse. I'll also put it here at the end of this video as well, a link to my channel, and also up there somewhere a link to my last video. Right, so that's pretty well much it. Hope you enjoyed this little video, and just remember, if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing and filming wildlife. So yeah, hang around for a couple more minutes and I'm going to leave them alone. So yeah.